from beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
First down, they go back to Achane. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. The Dolphins are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First down, Denver.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle. You talk about this Miami defense. Well, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense for the Dolphins, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season. Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, they try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
right at the 50-yard line.
Hand off to A-Chain to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. But you look at this Bronco defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Tua going to change the play.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And going deep for Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
That's what we were hoping to see out of Williams last season before a torn ACL 4 weeks in ruined expectations that he could join the top tier of NFL running backs. That type of upside remains, though, and Denver certainly prepared to help him unlock it as he returns to full strength.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense on balance.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play action with Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Mike Burton. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Fighting through it, he's got space. There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A 71-yard punt return, and the Broncos have taken the lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Dolphins 7.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That's 7. Up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Robert Quinn. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. On the delay, this is Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you did? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on the line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Tua. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Tua sets up to pass it. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I think he has to be across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Tua going to throw. Touchdown! Durham Smythe as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead's down to a field goal on 17-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, a run by H.A.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And a 3rd down throw, but he misses the target, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will tie things at 17 all. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field. They're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. Oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Now Hill to return it.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Slot man moves right.
A-chain here, they stay on the ground.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A-chain was one of the big backfield home run hitters in the 2023 draft. One of the fastest players in the class. Miami excitedly drawing up plays like that for him from the moment they sent that pick in.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 23. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A-chain on 1st and 10.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This is 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle
From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. H.A. now up the middle.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he fields it cleanly. Ooh, the juke. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They go play action now. Wilson.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
17.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down on the 32-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down. The defense a little lax there. They give up 9 on 4th and 4.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
2nd and 10.
Wilson will throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
It's Wilson on the option.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next to score, Broncos 31, Dolphins 24. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They no longer have the lead. Fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
And this returnable for Hill. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films. They came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Here's Wilson. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And this drive will begin with a run from H.A. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on 1st down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to pump the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Throwing Tua. Right back to H.A. on 2nd down. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Broncos who are going to get the first shot at things. They'll have it here as we start in overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you can almost hear
The silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Down to the 40-yard line. 126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Again, it's Williams. Fights loose. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially in overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ballgame.
Could not be set up much better, could they? Take away on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
Running right, here's A-Chain. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
But it's a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all. Because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely, that would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Patrick Surtain, the all-pro corner, up to make the tackle. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
A 42-yard attempt.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.